just notice and notice. I feel lonely, but I'm never lonely.
Labour Party and Parliamentary Representative for CASTRIES South, Honourable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Members of Parliament, National Council members, special invited guests. Mamai Setlisi, Mamai Labour, good afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce your host for this afternoon. I am Christia Emmanuel.
And I am Lisa Jawahir. Good afternoon, CASTRIES Southeast. I know y'all can do better than that. That kind of quiet good afternoon, that's not like us. We want to welcome you to CASTRIES Southeast Annual General Meeting. This is our third annual general meeting under the leadership of Honorable Joachim Henry. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who are tuned in on Facebook, we want to welcome you this afternoon. And of course, people go on to Honorable Joachim Henry's Facebook page and please share the life, share the love, share what we are doing for the people of CASTRIES Southeast.
May we all stand as we praise and thank the Almighty God for all his graces and blessings. I would like to call onto the stage Brother Tariq Amide to lead us in prayer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dear God, before we begin this meeting, we want to begin with thanksgiving during this meeting. We will discuss many things and make many decisions, but we will never want to lose sight of our gratefulness to you. We ask for your wisdom as we begin this meeting. We acknowledge that we need your wisdom and insights, and we welcome your presence among us. Guide us in our decisions and discussions, helping us to seek what is best for all we involve. We trust in your perfect wisdom and ask that you direct our meeting according to your will. Thank you for your faithfulness and your provisions in our lives. Thank you for your faithfulness and your provisions in our lives. Thank you for each person in this AGM and the unique talents and the perspectives they bring. We thank you for the opportunity to gather together and work towards a common goal. We thank you for the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, for all what he has done for us and all he will be doing for us. He's doing a good job. Father, we thank you for the Cabinet of Ministers. Peeps, I'm just a bit emotional right now, for I lost my brother tragically. It's really hard, but we will be there. We will make it through. I just want you to have my family in your prayers. My mom is taking it really hard. My granny, my sisters, his children. I thank everyone for attending this AGM, and not just attending this AGM, but everyone who has had my family in prayers. It's a really difficult time for us, people. So please continue to have me and my family in your prayers. It shall be well. These two shall pass in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Father, Lord, please guide and protect us as we continue with this AGM. Allow everyone to get home safe after this AGM. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Tariq. As he said, keep him in your prayers. Tariq, your words will remain closely to our hearts in everything we do and in everywhere we go. It is important to put God first. And now, to warm our hearts with hopeful words of inspiration, we bring to the stage the praise team. Take it away.
Of course, we want to give God glory. We want to give him praise. Clearly, you can see that some of our members are very emotional after having lost some of their loved ones. But we cannot move forward if we do not invite the Holy Spirit into this place this afternoon. So we ask you to please stand. We're going to be very brief. Pour out your hearts. Share the love with somebody next to you. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Today we might be here. Tomorrow we might not. But we pray for those who are on their way. We pray for the Amadei family. And we pray for CASTRIES Southeast. So please join us in singing these songs.
Kathleen, I'm wholly responsible for that. You took me off guard. And I really did not want to do that. But anyway, we will enjoy ourselves in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Our first song, we'll sing I Am Under the Rock.
Clap your hands, lift your hands, praise him. I am under the rock. The rock is higher than I. Jehovah hides me. I am under the rock. Go tell my enemies I am under the rock. Jehovah hides me. I am under the rock. Where back I hope I say when Jesus say when back I didn't anywhere. Where back Jesus say when back I am under the rock. The rock is higher than I. Jehovah hides me. I am under the rock. Don't tell my enemies I am under the rock. Jehovah hides me. I am under the rock. What a mighty God we serve. I can tell you what a mighty God we serve. The angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. One more time. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. The angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. I've got my mind made up and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. I've got my mind made up and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. One more time. I've got my mind made up and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. I've got my mind made up and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. Someday's a happy day. I'll go where Jesus is. Someday
To God we praise, for he has done and continue to do good things through the St. Lucia Labour Party. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right, and now we call on Brother Mario Boyce to do the welcoming remarks.
Comrades, brothers and sisters, good afternoon. Allow me to recognize in our midst this afternoon our beloved parliamentary representative, the Right Honorable Joachim Henry. Allow me to recognize the Minister of Housing and Local Government, who just happened to grace us with his presence, the Right Honorable Richard Frederick, and also our beloved Minister of Tourism, the Right Honorable Ernest Hilaire. Visiting comrades from the various constituencies, our musical ambassador and the defender of the poor, Calypsonian Herb Black. Thank you for being here with us this afternoon. You know, indeed, it is a pleasure standing here before you this afternoon to do those welcome remarks. And to recognize the significance of this AGM. So before I proceed, allow me to say a warm and a hearty welcome to each and every one of you. We really do appreciate your presence. But I believe much need to be said about this AGM. And of course, the third anniversary gone this past Friday. And it was 3 years ago, we as a grouping, we as a people, decided to change the trajectory. St. Lucia was rescued. Some may say from a brutal dictatorship. Let me tell you, we can say thank God today that governance has come back to what I would consider normality. Okay? We are blessed with a leader in the person of the Honorable Prime Minister, Philippe Joseph Pierre, who truly have the best interests of the citizens of this country at heart. Okay? And I must say, we have a great team in terms of the Cabinet of Ministers. But like I was saying earlier, 3 years ago, St. Lucia was rescued from what I would consider rot and decay, and governance has come back to normality. 3 years has come by quite quickly, but in recognizing the 3 years, we must celebrate the achievements which is before us. Never before has the interest of the citizens of this country has been placed to the fore. Never before have we seen a leader, or leaders rather, who have invested so much in the people of this country. You know, when I look at my pal rep, the Right Honorable Joachim Henry, and the social interventions that he has done, not just in his constituency, but throughout our beloved island, St. Lucia, I would like for us to give him a round of applause. Comrade, 3 years of hard work, 3 years of a job well done, despite your challenges, you have been able to meet the needs of the common man, the citizens who left behind. Okay? I need not tell you how much those people appreciate it. When I think of the home elder care program, which by the way is not even sufficient, and I had the opportunity to visit an elderly gentleman who seemingly had no care. Nobody was looking after him. But today, he can rest his head in a comfortable, dry bed. Some of us may take that for granted when we lay our heads to rest. But there are people among us who is seemingly forgotten. And it's by the intervention of those social programs that comfort is brought to them. So I want to say a job well done by our PAL rep and the rest of the governing team. You know, we were governed by a group of individuals who really and truly did not care about the interest of St. Lucians. Every single deal that was negotiated by that former leader, St. Lucia was at the losing end. And I need not stand here to say to you what they were. All right? Investors really and truly didn't even have to come with anything. He said to them, come, you need no money. We will loan you the money to invest. Now is that investment? We saw what it did to our country. So I want us to put great significance on the 3 years that the St. Lucia Labour Party has been governing our beloved Helen of the West. And just so you bear it in mind, that 3 years has come and gone quite quickly. Another 2 may do the same. So we ought to do our very best to protect this victory, to ensure that when some may come at us with information, that we are in a position that we can defend our cause, and to ensure that the vulnerable and the less fortunate are not left behind. So, allow me to say to you that the job is not done while we celebrate, but so much so to say we still have a lot more work to do as the challenges present themselves, and we continue to support our various MPs and play our part in our various constituency. With this, I bid you a successful AGM. I thank you. Oh, you are here.
Thank you, Brother Mario, for such warm welcome. And now we call on Brother Ambrose to do the national anthem and the party anthem.
Good afternoon. Please. Good afternoon. Okay, I was about to say, please stand for the national anthem. Okay. Sons and daughters of St. Lucia, love the land that gave us birth, land of beaches, hills and valleys, fairest isle of all the earth, wheresoever you may roam, love, oh love, island home. Gone the times when nations battle for this Helen of the West. Gone the days when strife and discord dimmed her children's toil and rest. Dawns at last a brighter day, stretches out a brand new day. May the good Lord bless our island like the suns from woe and harm. May our people live united, strong in soul and strong in arms. Justice, truth, and charity, our ideal forever be. All right, thank you. Right after that, we're going to go straight into the part, the red flag, which is the party's song. Sing with me, Mama Liba. Are we going to have some accompaniment, or should I just sing? I should just sing, okay. The people's flag is deepest red, is shrouded of town-mattered head, and ere their limbs grew stiff and cold, their heart's blood dyed its every fold. Then raised the scarlet standard high, within the shade will live and die. Within the shade will live and die. Though cowards flinch and traitors snare, we'll keep the red flag flying here. It will recall the triumphs past. It gives the hope of peace at last. Then raise the scarlet standard high, within its shade will live and die. Within its shade will live and die. Hold on. I know. Sorry, 1 second, please. I know, but the music's supposed to be faster, that's all. Sorry, gents, we'll have to do that again, because this is the Labour Party's theme song. And so the music is supposed to be a little faster, okay? Okay, so I think I will play the music. So I will do it. Sorry, hold on. The people's flag is deepest red, it's shrouded of town-matter's hair, and there their limbs grew stiff and cold, their heart blood dyed its every fold. Then raised the scarlet standard high, within its shade will live and die. Though cowards flinch and traitors swear, we'll keep the red flag flying here. Within the shade we'll build the Lord. Sorry, there is the hope. The symbol play of human rights and human gain. Then raise the scarlet standard high, within its shade will live and die. No cowards flinch and traitors there. again. I'm sorry for the slow start. Apologies.
This song shall be our partying hymn. Thank you so much, Brother Ambrose. That was the anthem of the St. Lucia Labour Party. As the celebration continues to the Labour's Party 3rd anniversary, securing the victory for those who missed the celebration on Friday. Don't you worry, today is part 2. From the community of Mark Bexar, help me welcome the DeFay Solo Group to the stage.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
Concealer.
Jabla Kamute.
Flower.
Jabla Kamute.
Kanawi.
Jabla Kamute.
Rodnibe.
Jabla Kamute.
Beso.
Jabla Kamute.
Sawat.
Jabla Kamute.
Amak.
Jabla Kamute.
Awesome.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy. Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute. Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Kastawe.
Jabla Kamute.
Kanawi.
Jabla Kamute.
Rosa.
Jabla Kamute.
Sawat.
Jabla Kamute.
Beso.
Kamute.
Awesome.
Kamute.
Rabei.
Jabla Kamute.
Amak.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
1, 2, 3, little boy.
Jabla Kamute.
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 Jabla Kamute. Brazile.
Jabla Kamute.
Kastawe.
Jabla Kamute.
Sufuye.
Jabla Kamute.
Rodnibe. Sawat.
Jabla Kamute.
Beso.
Jabla Kamute.
Kanawi.
Jabla Kamute.
Awesome.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
Titi boy, boy.
Jabla Kamute.
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 Jabla Kamute. Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute.
Jabla Kamute. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together again for D-Face Solo. You know, every time you come to Castries, things turn up. It's always exciting in Castries Southeast. Now we move on very quickly to our fraternal greetings. We have 2 annual general meetings being hosted today. One in Miku South and, of course, one here in Castries Southeast. So we want to invite some of our members from the St. Lucia Labour Party, some members of Cabinet. We see Mr. Can I Help You is in the house. Honorable Richard Frederick, we want to invite you to the podium. He will grace us with his fraternal greetings. Parliamentary representative for Castries Central.
Thank you, Lisa. Bon après-midi tout le monde. Hey, on va parler for us. Joachim Boba is on my hair, man. Good afternoon. Yes, man. Now you all sound like a people whose government has done well for the last 3 years. Give your government a round of applause, man. You know, that is all your bagay. My apology. Because now you can faire, c'est by letter, you can do too numerous to mention. And so, this government has done so well, I don't know where to start and I cannot finish here. But let me acknowledge the Deputy Prime Minister and the Honorable Ernest Hiller. Give him a round of applause. And, you know, Joachim is a man, lower your cabinet, he got the Prime Minister. If you take the average of the poor people and multiply by 5 and this and that, you will come up with that. Give me so much money to give the poor people. Yo Kabale, give him a round of applause. And trust me, the economy of this country is not doing well by magic, you know. Not by chance, you know. By good, assertive leadership in Philip Joseph Pierre. Folks, where were we and where are we going? In 2016, we had the best economy in the OECS. When we got it in 2021, it was at its worst. And guess what? In 3 years, for 3 consecutive years, this St. Lucia Labour Party government, under the astute leadership of Philip Joseph Pierre, has grown the economy by 3% or more in 3 years. Ça n'a pas jamais fait depuis 1992. In 3 l'année, depuis nous perdons protection, nous l'Angleterre, pour vendre fig nous, we have not seen the growth we have seen. And guess what? We took it from the worst. We are already the best economy in this OECS. That, my friends, is a tremendous turnaround. And the ECCB is projecting that if we continue along that trend, for this financial year, ek moun ki pa have sa financial year, I pa janvier pour décembre, I se 1er avril, the 1st of April to the 31st of March. So this financial year, we have done April, May, June. We are now in July. We are 4 months into the financial year. The ECCB is predicting that if we continue along the trajectory that we are now, at the end of March next year, the economy would have grown by 7%, the second best in the Caribbean. And they are also predicting that for our final year, they see growth of 5.6%. Folks, if this comes true, I am not about to tell you all something about Philip J. Pierre that is not true. But it will take a prime minister in a number of generations to even compete with that record, because the country under his leadership is doing very, very well. So when he said, I am doing the youth economy, he knew exactly what he was doing. When he spoke about minimum wage, minimum wage pa vle di si wak a fait $2,000 na point la man. C'est pas ça yé. I ka di ko sa, I ka kote la loi pour ka travail pour moins ki $1,100 par mois. Ek le nou implémenté 20,000 moun an pays sa. 20,000 moun kay trouvé plus l'argent tous les mois. Si ça pas bon, dis-moi si ça fait. Pensioners. Là, c'est des pensioners qui ont droit $250, $300 par mois. Jodia, après moi ça a fini, après à ou fini, moins au monde qui a droit, c'est $725 par mois. You know, folks, this country is moving. It is moving well. Tourism under the leadership of Ernest Hille is doing extremely well. Give him a round. Yo di mwen la tenon nom yo kwe kokoloram. So mwen imade pou kokoloram, mwen di mwen la pan kokoloram akon se koko bwewong. So ma have koyi. Mas have koyi. But I'm telling you this, folks. The team that forms the government of the day is a team that understands the plight of poor people. And there is nothing that will be rolled out in the interest of the poor people of this country that any one of us will oppose. Let us put the money in the pockets of our St. Lucians. You know, on Thursday on my show, because I parle about li jeudi, moi ça disons Alan Chaste trouvé koy de wiso, ni vendredi ni samedi. Ite la vendredi et samedi, c'est pour ça moi pour descendre là. Because you cannot tell me we had $20 million under their administration to build HRDCs and to build community centers. Latino vieux community center digamiku. Bougla service mouna fi fait premier ministre. Exéclané, il pas fait. Jodi a moi sadou Philippe Joseph Pierre, ka ba moi l'argent, moi bâti bayou. And I can tell you, this government is a government of a different ilk, cut from different cloth. Laissez mon opposition. Choni oba egadi. Pas même un saxima qui pète en constituency. Accorder l'argent c'est mon c'était sa chasse ni. Jodia. Philippe J. Cadeau. Comrades, no one should be left out of the benefit of money spent in this country, even if they voted for Flambeau. Le ouwe yo ba la pou bati kay pou ede moun. Chasne ka vin pou eloye avan. He gets everything that we get as members of the government. And if this is not a compassionate government that understands that no one should be left out, putting people first. You know, when you give laptops, upaka bay le bike pa bay Flambeau. When you give a $500 bursary for all students who pass secondary school, you don't give Flambeau or labor. Everything you do, when you give educational assistance, you give to everybody. And all you see is a list of names without any symbol next to the names. When the $1,500, Joachim la fini, moi vle prier. They were the first ones to come accusing the Prime Minister of saying what he never said. You know, but not the 26 July 2020, Makamema to abay loué aila. Celle premier ministre nous a jamais ni en cette lycée qui te galoué on behalf of government. Kay ek office space that li même ni on lete rendi day. The only one. And today, the government is renting at least 13, it can be more spaces, not from Michael Shasley, from companies that are registered as 25% ownership to Alan Shasley. And he himself was the one that signed off on the rentals. Leo fini. When hendo to a moon, c'est 43% là. Chaste a là, il parle encore des bonnes couilles closoy. C'est point tout et tout point et petit point tout. Mais actuellement yo tous les deux c'est des gros point tout. And I'm telling you this, if we were to put this country back in the hands of those people, we will be committing a cardinal sin. Et bon Dieu pas qu'à forgive nous. Bon Dieu pas qu'à jamais forgive nous pour ça. Because Latini you go what Castries Southeast. Joachim Kouide. You mama what? Mama what tout what ni kat pat sa in this part. E ki la ko octopus in Vedwet. You know folks, the resources of this country, when they tell you the government is doing well, it is because the spending of the government is focused. The spending ou pas qu'à dépasser l'argent inutile. We deal with focused spending. So, si nous tenons $24 million là, it buy sandals. That is over $1 million per constituency. Si nous tenons $7 million vaccine, that is about $600,000-$700,000 per constituency. Il peut mal nous. Tant bagay monsieur fait monsieur pour la hol oui bon Dieu. Monsieur peut d'ailleurs mal là. Qui te value a whole $60 million. And he sold it for less than a quarter of the value, for 13.5. Là il fini. Où ça il fait nous? Même moi là Ivan, il vient for contract pour nous louer la même pour Ivan pour in excess of $1 million a month. Ça c'est un crève-check. Ça c'est un crève-check. C'est pour ça il pas voulu nous faire halls of justice là. Because halls of justice will mean, after 12 years, we will be saving about $35 million a year, cutting out rental that we currently pay. That is vision. Ek buildina kai sanu. That is vision. My friends, ma vle ta passe pour moi spare chasse ni. Naide wiso. But I want to tell you all have a masterpiece in a district representative. You know, they always say, Piloni plipe mashla. Still waters run deep. Joachim reminds me of Emma Hippolyte so much. You they are say depulwa. You come and over dita. So let Joachim fini a guy. Après ça, il a try upon parler Lay fini kay fait professeur. Because là nadou la vérité. And CASTRIES Southeast can never, ever have a rep like Joachim who will ensure all of my government passe by tout mon contract. Pagade pour ça. Pagade pour contract pas ici, contract pas là. Ça c'est bagay gay Joseph he is uplifting the community and bringing up everybody together. Moi si we zoka we to ava ila na fait central c'est pas by your mon na fait by whole ville. And that is what you do as a district rep. And in that regard I give Joachim A+. Give him a round of applause. Ek mwen hadi yo denye eleksyon mate le platform, but this time I am coming. I will be there because lando to a power mwen même kaidi Guy Joseph later offer me a bribe garçon. The man say if you all just sign that you'll get $1 million. Moi le dit Stevenson King sa. Stevenson King the man. He offer you $1 million. He offer me as Prime Minister $5 million. But see Stephen King te fire lesa ipatila ako. But I want to ensure that I will give you whatever help I need. We have to send Guy Joseph and Alan Shastey back in forever and out of the politics of this good country of ours. Good afternoon and have a good day, my brothers.
Powerful, powerful. Put your hands together for the parliamentary representative for CASTRIES Central. Mr. Can I help you? Honorable Richard Frederick. Let me tell you, things hot inside of here. And to turn up the heat just a little more, we're going to call a former Calypso monarch, Mr. Herb Black. I hope you're going to sing my favorite song this afternoon. I think you know what that song is. Put your hands together, people, for Herb Black.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here this afternoon. Are you ready, Mr. DJ? Nani, I know it. Late I died. Yeah, man. One more time. Listen me good. And if I lie, just tell I lie. Man, I would sing for bamboo. If it's kind like I want to do, I would let Calypso die under me and plant me dashing instead. Because when I stand here and sing, it's to you a message I bring. I don't want you to think I'm so hungry and singing just for the bread. Yes, I am a Calypsonian by nature, and it is my pleasure to put lyrics together. I'm here to bring you true Calypso flavor. For so many years, that's what you waited for. Originality, stage personality is all in me. Yeah, right here in this body. It's in a bed. Nani I know. Late I die. Yeah, man. One more time. Listen me good. I lie. Tell her if I lie. I don't wanna give nobody no blames. If some calypsos make them shame, if they say when some calypsonians sing, this only get them fed up. Cause calypso to calypso, them don't like to hear papi show, but to hear songs with the ability to prevent me standing from drop, no doubt. But the 2 last seasons I did not sing, I know you were feeling like something was missing. First time I performed on stage, that was amazing. I sure you were saying that I am promising for how my lyrics rhyme. The way me sing in time is all in me. Yeah, it's rooted deep in me. Love body people, how you feeling? Nani I know. Late I die. Yeah, man. This is just a warm-up. One more time. Hit me high. I lie. Tell her if I lie. Now I don't wanna criticize, but I cannot do otherwise. We miss Calypso since we miss Caro, that good partner of mine. For the basics of Calypso, most of them never seem to know. He asked me to go out and show them man in 1989. He told them that they should sing with summer voice control, sing with their heart and soul, and let their lyrics unfold. He tell me sing then, to be able to convince young and old. He know I could show them all, the crown I could grab and hold. As a Calypsonian, you see the ambition is all in me. Yeah, it's buried deep in me. Buried in me. Nani I know. Late I die. Like I told you a while ago, this is just a warm-up. There's much more coming later during the show. One more time. Yeah, man. I'm going to leave you with the rest of your meeting for the moment. Thank you so very much. Later, the show will be greater.
Put your hands together for Calypso Monarch, her black. And we move right along. We invite Miss Natalie Jean-Baptiste. Natalie, are you here? She's the District 4 Top Performer, CPEA, for 2024. Natalie Jean-Baptiste, you here? Put your hands together for her.
Afternoon. Honorable Dr. Ernest Healy represents CASTRIES South Constituency in the House of Assembly for the St. Lucia Labour Party and is currently the first deputy political leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, and Deputy Prime Minister. In the early 1990s, Healy completed his Bachelor of Science degree with first-class honors at the Cayville campus of the University of the West Indies. After serving 1 year as a Foreign Service Cadet, Healy earned his Master of Philosophy degree in 1995, with a distinction in the International Relations from Cambridge University, England. Healy later earned his PhD at the London School of Economics. He also holds an executive diploma in negotiations and conflict resolution from Notre Dame University. Dr. Healy has a wide range of experiences that span politics, sports, management, and diplomacy. He served as personal assistant to Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony in 1997 and in 1999 became Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports. In 2005, he was given the responsibility of managing St. Lucia's hosting of ICC World Cup 2007. His success in that endeavor led to his appointment as the tournament director for the ICC World 2020-2010. He also served as the Chief Executive Officer of the West Indies Cricket Board. Healy was appointed St. Lucia's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom in November 2012. He has chaired or led the setting up of numerous SLP flagship projects, including the Citizenship Investment Program, CIP, NSDC, Bell Fund, Poverty Reduction Fund, and SSI. He was also responsible to oversee the construction of the Tarrant Army Cricket Ground and National Stadium. He has been centrally involved in planning and strategizing for every election since 1997. With such a background, I am delighted to present our featured speaker for the 2024 CASTRIES East Annual General Meeting and to start our St. Lucia Labour Party 2024 Constituency Conference season, none other than Honorable Ernest Healy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dr. Ernest Healy.
Show me down 7 times, I get in a bed. Jaja will never put.
Thank you very much.
Tell them you can't keep me down.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Good afternoon. Bon après-midi. I think when I was asked if I would be available to do the feature address this afternoon, I accepted with a big smile on my face because I was going to get an opportunity to speak about Joachim Henry. And speaking about Joachim Henry is special, huh? Because when you look at your theme for this afternoon, that speaks about growing together and enhancing lives in Castries Southeast, it automatically brings to mind somebody who cares about people. And I can tell you, and Richard, who was there earlier, told you about when we're in cabinet about Joachim. There is nobody that I have met in this present period that personifies, that is a testament of caring for others. In Joachim Henry, you have somebody who not just says it, who not just believes it, but he actually lives it. He genuinely and sincerely believes and lives what he says about helping people. And many times we have to caution him, comrade, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. He believes that he can save every life. He believes that he can take everyone out of poverty. He believes he can give everybody a roof on their house. And there's not enough money that is ever given. I notice a gentleman is in the room there, and he can tell you about how Joachim Henry approaches his work. Every single day you have a conversation with him. It's about somebody he has to help, something he has to do. And we have to always remind him to slow down, slow down. So inviting me here this afternoon was really special. And I want to thank all of you for welcoming me here this afternoon. I want to thank the executive of the Castries Southeast Constituency Group because you have a special mission, and I'll come to it in a while. And to thank you for all the hard work that you have done in the constituency. And when you reflect on your theme, and you speak about growing together. Speak about growing together. And I made a point about the kind of person Joachim Henry is. You speak about the politics of the Labour Party. Our politics is not a politics of division. It's not a politics of divide. It is not a politics
of destroying people's lives. Our politics is a politics of bringing people together. That's what we are about as a Labour Party. And sometimes you, our supporters, you, our party cadres, get annoyed with us because you believe we still help out the UWPs. You believe they still get opportunities. And as leaders in the Labour Party, because you are all leaders in the Labour Party, you, the cadre of the party, you are leaders. And sometimes when you are annoyed, I want you to sit back and reflect that St. Lucia is for everyone. The benefits of good government, which is what we are delivering, must go to everyone. Not that we must forget our people. No, I'm not saying we must forget our people. But we are all human beings. We are all St. Lucians. And we cannot make our country a better place if we believe that the benefits of government must only be for us. It cannot work. It cannot work that way. And your theme is right. We must do it together. We must grow together. We must take care of the children. And let us welcome the chairman of the party, Honorable Moses Musa Jabatis. We must do it together. There's a seat up here for you, Mr. Chairman. We must do it together. We cannot do it if we build a divided country. And you know, this is exactly what UWP is about. I have no shame in telling you, the United Workers' Party is the nastiest party we've ever had in St. Lucia. This United Workers' Party is the nastiest party we've had. And I can tell you that for a fact. Alan Shastley, Guy Joseph, and the others are prepared to burn down this country if they believe it will bring them back into government. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I can tell you, especially the CIP, and a lot will be said very soon. They are all over the world asking people to write articles against St. Lucia. They have joined forces with the guy they call Martinez to destroy St. Lucia. To destroy St. Lucia, destroy their own country. Well, the country, Alan Shastley doesn't believe he belongs to St. Lucia. He's a product of Canada. But they are a nasty party right now. You saw signs of it in the last government. Fortuna Belrose about the Belrose doctrine, that you must suffer if you did not vote for us. Guy Joseph telling people that they only just start crying. Alan Shastley calling people barking dogs, mendicants and jackasses. Because that's what they think about us as St. Lucians. Imagine if they come back into power. Imagine if they should ever come back into power. I believe they would outlaw red permanently in St. Lucia. Nobody will have to wear red again. They are a nasty party. They're all over. Every single thing that happened, Alan Shastley writes a letter. And he copies it to everybody all over the world. He wrote a letter, and he just did one to Philip J. Pierre 2 weeks ago. And he knows when he writes those letters, and he copies it to everybody, it will be circulated, and people will start thinking, what's going on in St. Lucia? A friend of mine who works for a newspaper sent me a message he got from somebody in St. Lucia, telling him to write an article, how there's no freedom in St. Lucia. The government is a dictator. People are afraid to leave their homes. People not getting no food, nothing, prices escalating. If you read it, you swear you're in some war, a country that have war in it. But they want people to write the worst things about St. Lucia. Our politics must be different. Our politics must be about bringing St. Lucians together. We may disagree with each other politically, but we must remember St. Lucia is one family. It's one family. That's what the Labour Party must represent. So when your theme speaks of growing together, it says as the country develops, as the country grows, we must be together as one people. Our vision for St. Lucia is of a St. Lucia, and our Prime Minister says it all the time. He wants to leave behind a St. Lucia where every child can get an opportunity and to succeed in this country. We want a St. Lucia where, regardless of where you are from, whether it's Castries or Vieux-Fort or Dennery, you will get an equal chance to succeed. We want every child in St. Lucia to dream of going to university and getting qualified and being a doctor, an engineer, musician, whatever your lot in life, we want to give you the opportunity and not deny you of it because of politics. We want to create enough opportunities. Why we form the youth economy, so all young people in St. Lucia can get opportunities for them to create livelihoods for themselves. When we give support to small businesses, we don't care whether you're UWP or Labour Party, because we want everybody in St. Lucia to prosper. That's what we're about in the Labour Party. That's what we're about. And that we will grow together as a nation. We'll grow together as a people. It doesn't mean we'll not argue about politics. It does not mean we will not disagree, but we'll not hate each other for politics. And as the leadership of the Labour Party, we say to all our supporters, the task in the next election is to bring everybody together. That's our task, to create a better future for our children and future generations. And this thing Alan Shazi said about declaring war, can you think about that? A man wants to be prime minister, and his call to the nation and to his supporters is to declare war. And he's putting public servants on notice. You know why he's doing that, by the way? He wants public servants not to do their work and make sure Labour Party cannot do its projects. Because if all public servants start getting afraid, and they start getting worried because they've declared war on them, it means our projects cannot go forward. Because everybody is scared of doing anything. So he's declaring war. And his supporters actually call the radio stations and saying that they must be prepared to be violent. Can you imagine that? And 2 weeks ago, somebody called Champagne Show and actually said we're supposed to be bursting the Prime Minister's head. And he doesn't say, don't say that, my brother. We may not agree with Philip J. Pierre, but you shouldn't be advocating violence. He doesn't say that. But our theme says, growing together. Growing together. Because you recognize that everybody in St. Lucia must grow at the same time. That's what you recognize. And that's why you have it in your theme. United Workers' Party, and it is going to get worse. I put all of you on guard to be vigilant, to be observant, to analyze. Take note, they're going to get nastier and nastier. Every time Labour Party achieves a milestone, they get nastier. As they say, you are wangé, you are rara. Because they don't want to see the progress taking place. So, we had a very good jazz. They say the worst things about St. Lucia. We had a good carnival. They say the worst things about St. Lucia. We started the halls of justice. They say the worst things about the Prime Minister. We signed GPH, an agreement that they started and they negotiated. And we had to come and improve it. They said the worst things. They don't want to see the country progress. Because if the country progresses, it makes it more difficult for them to come back into power. Do you know why they're against the CIP so much? And why they team up with Martinez? And tomorrow I will say something. Because they call in everybody in CIP, threatening them. Telling them, go resign. If you don't resign, we'll write things about you all to intimidate and to get people afraid. And there's a journalist in St. Lucia who actually does it. She calls people and threatening them about the things they will say about them. Because they believe if it succeeds, St. Lucia will get housing, St. Lucia will get roads, and St. Lucia will progress. So they must stop it. They must destroy it. And they will say the nastiest things about people. Mark my words. In the coming weeks, the articles that they will publish and the stories they'll come out with, because they want to intimidate us in the Labour Party. They want us to get afraid in the Labour Party. They want to break us in the Labour Party. But they can't break us. They cannot. You know why? Because we are driven by a firm conviction that we must always put the people first. And nothing can destroy that. So they will try. They will get nasty. They will do all kinds of tricks. They will publish all kinds of stories. They'll make all kinds of accusations. And be ready for it. Because you must protect this victory. You must always protect this victory. And your theme says it right. Let us grow together. Your theme also speaks about enhancing lives. How are we enhancing the lives of the people of Castries Southeast and St. Lucia? How? We start off by always putting people first. And I tell you, Joachim is a shining example of this. Every occasion he gets in cabinet, every occasion he gets in parliament, he always fights to put people first. That is Joachim Henry. And you look at our track record, and Richard Frederick told you some of them. I mean, we were all surprised in government when the PM said to us, comrades, do you know how long pensioners in St. Lucia has never gotten an increase? We couldn't believe it. I think since 1970 something was the last time they probably got any increase. And we said no. We had to assist pensioners in this country. So they first got a one-time payment, then they got another one-time payment, and now we're going to increase all pensioners' salary. 3,000 pensioners will benefit. 3,000. And not just that, and you heard again, on the 1st of August, when the Prime Minister addresses this nation, he will formally inform all St. Lucians of the date by which the minimum wage will come into effect. He will. And why are we doing this? Because we believe that everyone, from the top all the way down the salary scale, must receive a fair and reasonable return for their labor. So we will introduce a minimum wage. And don't be surprised, some people might not like it. They may not like it, but you have to defend it. When Alan Shasti will stand up and say, why now we want to do minimum wage? So if not now, when? He was there, he didn't do it. He did not do it. So we did it, and you find, why now we doing it? Well, we're doing it now. And stop it. Because we believe in putting people first. And in addition to that, watch how many persons that got relief from paying tax. Because we raise the salary at which you pay tax higher. So now, thousands more St. Lucians don't pay tax anymore. Don't pay tax anymore. Only a Labour Party can do that. Because we are putting people first. You know, when we came into government in July 2021, every account in the bank for the government was overdraft, red. Every single one. Every single account was red. Even our account in St. Kitts at the central bank was red. We owed everybody. The government owed over $160 million to businesses in St. Lucia. Over $160 million. The last time the Prime Minister gave us an update, it was down to $60 million. $60 million. And the plan is, by the end of the financial year, we will take care of the debt. Now every account of this government is black. We have money in every account now. That is what Philip J. Pierre has done. And the economy is growing at the same time. It's growing. I listen to, let me tell you something. You know, if we decide we have to take on Flabo with everything they say, we ain't going to have time to do our work. So sometimes you believe we don't answer them, and we'll not answer them because we have so much work to do. Musa have so much work to do in health. Joachim have so much work to do. You know, Fede and Shasne will see how tourism in crisis in St. Lucia. Tourism in crisis. And how no tourists not even coming to St. Lucia. He will stand up and say for cricket, there were no tourists that came to St. Lucia for cricket. When the data comes out, it shows June was the best month we ever had, first best June we ever had in the history of St. Lucia for tourism arrivals. And I can tell you, when the information came out for July, we just had the biggest carnival in St. Lucia. July will be the best month in the history of St. Lucia. But then they will say how the government not working. It's a failure. That the government is not delivering. But look right across, and I can go sector by sector. Look at agriculture. Do you know we've given over 1,000 water tanks to farmers around the island? 1,000 water tanks to farmers around the island. We gave hundreds of thousands of dollars for farmers who lost money because they didn't have boxes because of the problem at Winera. Because we care. This is a government that cares. You know the amount of fertilizer we are giving to farmers all over the country. Free. Free support that we're giving to farmers. Support we're giving to fishers. Look at health. I mean, when I listen to Alan Shasinem talk about healthcare is in crisis in St. Lucia. No, seriously. Remember Mary Isaac? You remember her? Who could have ever been worse than Mary Isaac? Who could have been worse than Mary Isaac? One of the first things Musa did when he became minister was to bring back something the Labour Party used to do, was to provide free health care for diabetics, for hypertension, and people with pressure. That's what he did. How could you not care about people who cannot afford to pay for the medicine, who have diabetes and hypertension? How could you not care? Look at free health care for the elderly. And every day we tease Musa and we tell him, hurry up, bring down the age a little lower, bring it down a little lower. But we're starting somewhere. Starting somewhere. At VH, at OKEU, we have some challenges. And Labour Party sometimes, we don't like to engage in all the row. Do you know why we have so many problems at OKEU? Let me tell you. Remember when Kenny Anthony had designed OKEU, it had 5 fingers. 5. UWP took out 1. Try and remember that? They took out 1, so it has 4 fingers now. You know we end up with an OKEU that had less beds than Victoria Hospital because of UWP. They took out one of the wings. So rather than have a bigger hospital, we end up with a smaller hospital. So now when people go to casualty, they don't have enough beds to send them to right away, so some of them have to stay in casualty, putting pressure on casualty. Well, Musa has a plan, and the Prime Minister will make an announcement soon about it, of the things we will do to improve OKEU and the health sector even further. Why? Because we care about you, the people. It's about enhancing lives. That's what we're about. Don't talk about health centers. When Musa talk, he will tell you a lot more about that. All I'm telling Musa is I'm waiting for my new health center in Sisera. Because the amount of health centers Musa will build, I just want to make sure I get mine in Sisera. I know what other places, but I want mine in Sisera. And it will cost a lot of money. It will cost a lot of money. But we have a vision. We have a plan. of where we're going with healthcare. Why? Because that's about enhancing the lives of the people. That's what we're about. Look at education. Look at education. One of the first things we did when we came into government, and I really was touched when the Minister of Education made the announcement, was for us as a government to say, we shall pay the school fees for the parents. Think about that. We came out of COVID with all the challenges of COVID. And one of the first things we said, parents from now on, government will pay the school fees for your child. And not just that, the laptop per child, which was stopped by the UWP. We brought back the laptop per child. And in 3 years, we have given over 11,000 laptops to children in St. Lucia. Almost more than 11,000 laptops. Why? Because it matters. It's about enhancing lives. But the program that excited me the most these days is when Sean Edwards announced that come September, we will have 4 secondary schools that will be TVET institutes in St. Lucia. And let me tell you why that's important. Too many young people are saying they don't want to be forced in a secondary school where they have to do academic subjects. They want to go to a school where they can learn a skill and a trade. Think about it. The world has changed. The world has changed. Nowadays, it's not just about what subjects you have. It's about what skills you have and what trade you know. The world has changed. And we have to change St. Lucia. And we have to change the education system. So we'll have 4 secondary schools. We have been dreaming about that in St. Lucia for decades. Finally, we have a government that's going to make it happen. That's enhancing lives. That is about making people's lives better. And come September, there will be 4 schools. No young person in St. Lucia can say anymore that they go into a secondary school and they're not interested in those subjects, is skills they want to learn. Well, you have 4 schools now where you can go and learn your skills. You cannot use that anymore as an excuse. There'll be 4 secondary schools. A simple thing like the semi-professional football league. Think about it. How many young people in St. Lucia that dream of playing football at the highest level? They come to us all the time. They want to be sportsmen. That's what they want their living to be. Whether it's cricket, whether it's football, but they want to be in sports and they want to make a living out of sports. Do we prepare them for that? We don't. Well, this government, this Labour government has said, you know what? We're going to start a semi-professional league. Those young men who want a future in football, we're going to help you. We'll give you the start. You'll get a stipend every month. You'll get proper coaching. You'll get proper advice. And you now can take it from there. So if you don't make it, you can never say the government did not give you a bank start. So that's what we're doing. We're giving them a start. And I'm hoping we can expand it into cricket as well. So we can have a semi-pro cricket league. So young people who want to be involved in sports. And in the next few days, Julian Alfred will be running in Paris. Julian Alfred will be running in Paris. Now listen to this. You remember when Sean Edwards was giving Julian support, how they persecuted him, and they stopped the support for her. And because of public pressure, they had to start it back. And she was in Jamaica then at secondary school. That's the vision we had. The same vision we had in giving support to Darren Sammy when he was a young man and he became West Indies captain and he won 2 World Cups. That's the vision of the St. Lucia Labour Party. That's the vision of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And very soon, you will see more support coming for our swimmers because we're building the ultra-modern swimming complex in Grosile. And can you believe the government took a loan to help prepare for Cricket World Cup and to upgrade facilities around the country. And Alan Shastney and them stood up in the House and they criticized it. Said we were wasting money The same people who took $30 million and gave it to Lockerbie to go and take out the grass and put artificial grass. When you have artificial grass, you can't play cricket on it. By 11 o'clock in the morning, it's so hot, you can't even go on it. But they will criticize getting money so they can improve your little field that's outside there. You see that money the government took is to improve that field outside there. But he doesn't want it. When we speak about enhancing lives, these are the things that we are talking about. These are the things we're talking about. So my brothers, I love your theme. Your theme speaks about we coming together as one family. We growing together as one family. Not declaring war on anybody. Not calling for violence among ourselves. But coming together as one family. Always remember, that's what the Labour Party is about. It's about the whole of St. Lucia benefiting from the resources of this country. That's who we are. That's what we are about. Every single St. Lucian seeing themselves in the future of this country. And I always want you, as Labour Party comrades, to stay focused on that mission. We will never go the way of the UWP. We will never declare war on our fellow St. Lucians. We will never declare war on public servants. But together, we will grow and we will prosper together. And that is what our politics must always be about. We must always put the people first. Always. And Alan Chasney cannot seem, together with his Kokoloram and Guy Joseph. Now, if we start on Guy Joseph, can you tell me, how could Guy Joseph honestly, after all the things he did, all the things he said, still want to stand up in St. Lucia today and say Labour Party is a failure, that Labour Party has not delivered, that the country is in crisis? They've never seen a government as bad as the Labour Party. When you're left, St. Lucia could not pay bills. Economic growth was among the worst in the world. Worst in the world. Look at where we are now. Look at where we are now. And you will stand up and say, this government is not delivering. That there is a crisis in this country. Which crisis? But they are trying to create a crisis. And you must be strong, comrades. The time is coming soon. They've started a campaign already. They have candidates in Grosili. You're trying to, you're in all little holes in Grosili. Guy Joseph is driving all around the constituency. He's probably somewhere now. They're all over. They've started a campaign. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram every day. Let me tell you, every day they're printing a story about me. Every single day. But I don't care about them. Seriously, I don't take them on. They can say whatever they want about me, mamily. Because I have one mission, is to deliver to the people of Castries South and to the people of St. Lucia. That's my mission. That's my mission. I'm focused on that mission. And when the Prime Minister rings and he announces to get ready, I will start answering them. But until then, this country will prosper, this country will grow, and all of us will benefit and enjoy from it. I want to say to you, Castries South East, you have to make sure Guy Joseph does not come back into Parliament. You have to make sure Guy Joseph does not come back into Parliament. You know, in the last election, Guy Joseph went on TV and radio and say the first seat they're taking is Castries South. Can you imagine that? That'll be in your mouth. First seat they're taking is Castries South. But he didn't know what was coming for him. Because whilst they're saying Castries South is the first seat they're taking, with Joachim in Formager campaigning. He party serve. And we're telling him, don't think he can come near this again. This one is the farewell, final farewell we're giving him. Final political farewell. And he'll have to hear it loud and clear. So comrades, start getting ready. I even get my new shirt already. Start getting ready. Start having your meetings. Your voters list. Go and get it from the electoral department. Start going through your list. Start finding out who the new voters are. Because they are working, you know. They are working. They are planning. They're planning to do nasty things. We're not doing that. But we must get ready. We must not get complacent. We must not believe because our government is doing well, we will automatically win. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So you have to start preparing. Start organizing yourself. Make sure your different community groups are organized. Make sure all your cadres, who's vexed, reach out to them, give them a hug. Let us make sure we clear out all our little misunderstandings. Because they always have, you know, a family, they always have quarrels, they always have disagreements. Let's bring everybody together. Why? We cannot let UWP get back into government. We cannot. If you believe what they did when they were there for the last 5 years was bad, imagine Alan Chasney becoming Prime Minister again. Imagine him. He will make every St. Lucian pay for voting him out in the last election. And don't deny that. He will do it. A man who called you jackass, who called you a barking dog, who called you a mendicant, and said all those things about you, he don't love you. He'll come for you. And he'll make you pay. And he have Guy Joseph behind him. So you know how vindictive and wicked they will be. But we are working for you, the people. We are putting you first. The country is progressing. And we are creating better lives for our people. And as your theme said, it's about enhancing the lives of the constituents of the country and doing it together. So as I end, I want to once again appeal to all of you. Let us come together as one family, as one nation, and let us work to make sure our country progresses. Forward ever.
Southeast, tell them you can't keep me down. Don't try to keep me down, cause I'm not staying down. You throw me down 7 times, I'm getting up 8.
Growing together, enhancing the lives in CASTRIES Southeast. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. CASTRIES Southeast is blessed to have the man Joachim Henry. This man continues to inspire many, many young persons. Despite the difficulties, he has never wavered his support. All the way from Beaufort North, help me welcome the chairman of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Moses Jean-Baptiste.
With all the wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only made for me. So much history to be told.
Thank you very much. Bonjour, frère Xer. Mais vous savez, mon cache de ça, c'est Vivot Nord est sorti. Et Gigado, I am a damn proud Lucian. Et Giga, il presque dit, mais moi qui dit, I am a damn proud Labourite. So thank you very much. Let me greet, first of all, your guest speaker, our guest speaker, but also the Deputy Prime Minister and First Deputy Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Your parliamentary representative, my colleague, my comrade, Brother Joachim, Honorable Joachim Henry. Also, Senator Lisa Jawa here, and other officials of the party. I think I saw another senator here, but other officials of the party, members of the executive of the CASTRIES Southeast Constituency Group, and all other comrades who are here, brothers and sisters, good afternoon. I am passing by very briefly because
As you know, Comrade Gibo also has his conference now, and I'm hoping to join him very soon. I simply want to bring greetings from the constituency of Vieux-Fort North, first of all, but also greetings from all comrades of the St. Lucia Labour Party, as I'm sure Dr. Hilaire did. I want to tell you that your theme, as Dr. Hilaire said to you, is very important. Growing together, enhancing the quality of lives of the people of Castries Southeast. Dr. Hilaire has told you so many things this afternoon, but I want to add and to say to you, what he said is correct. Les du frère Joachim, tous les cabinets, c'est Castries Southeast, Castries Southeast, Castries Southeast. Si chaque constituency voulait 4 bagailles, but Joachim Kamade 10 bagay. Castries Southeast all the time. So he's a soldier who fights for Castries Southeast every single time. Let's give him another round of applause, my brothers and sisters. My sisters and brothers, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire told you about our Prime Minister's focus. Our Prime Minister is targeted. Our Prime Minister does not listen to all of the welele. Our Prime Minister is focused on improving the economy so that all sectors can benefit. Dr. Hilaire told you about agriculture, about health, about so many of the services, education. Lenute diou, we are putting you first, and chaque bagay nou ka fe, ou ka wè, nou ka mette Jean Saint-Licy devant, Jean Saint-Licy avant. C'est pas tout le monde qui ka joindre tout bagay one time. Ek mwen sav l'année là, a des moun ka di ou yo poko joindre, ça a joindre mais yo poko joindre. C'est pas tout le monde qui ka joindre tout bagay one time. But I can guarantee you, you know a relative, you know a friend, you know someone who got some housing assistance, you know someone who got some work to do, you know somebody who got bursary, you know somebody who got medical assistance, you know somebody whom the St. Lucia Labour Party government has touched. You know a business person who got tax breaks. You must know somebody, I am sure, from your constituency who got a break because of the policies of the St. Lucia Labour Party. My sisters and brothers, that's the way we are going. So when they're out there trying to destroy Dr. Ernest Hilaire, when they're out there trying to destroy Brother Sean Edwards, or Brother Alva, or Brother Philip J. Pierre, or Sister Emma, or Sister Virginia, we are just focused on our work. Brother Hilaire told you that in healthcare, we have our challenges. The difference between this government and the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party, when it comes to healthcare, my sisters and brothers, the difference is very, very clear. We have a plan, we have a path, and we know what we're about. We said plan number 1, introduce universal health care. We said plan number 2, introduce universal health coverage. Plan number 3, introduce universal health coverage. And for every step of the way, while we are working on universal health coverage, we are taking care of the other deliverables. We want to ensure that the St. Jude Hospital is delivered to the people of St. Lucia, and we are working to deliver the St. Jude Hospital so that the universal health coverage plan can work. We want to ensure that the OKU EU Hospital has increased beds. And Dr. Hilaire told you, the OKU EU Hospital has fewer beds than when we had Victoria Hospital, because the UWP made it smaller. Ek nou ni a go problem, pli moun ka malade, pli moun ka ale à l'hôpital la, ek la ni difficulté pour joindre assez couche, le la ni emergency, ek bagay kon sa. Nous savons ça c'est un problème. Nous ni a go difficulté là, St. Jude aussi, ko yo ka essayer mettre pli couche pour nous ni pli moun joindre couche à ce l'hôpital là. The difference between this government and the other government when it came to healthcare, they cannot prove to you what they have delivered to the people of St. Lucia. I can say to you as Minister for Health, I can say to you that when we came into government, we said we are going to introduce universal health coverage, and we are going to do it phase by phase, step by step. We started with maternal and child care services. Ça veut dire si vous go boudin, ou pas ni pour payer pour blood test, ou pas ni pour play pour ultrasound, ou pas ni pour payer pour ces docteurs. And we can demonstrate the results. Over 1,700 women have received new services, no payment for ultrasound, no payment for blood tests. Over 1,700 women. And we can go on and on to tell you the numbers of people who are now receiving both diabetic and hypertensive medication free of charge. When we came into government in 2021, we were serving about 2,100 people with they were getting only free diabetic medication. Only diabetic medication free. Now we are giving them both diabetes and hypertension, and now we are serving close to 11,000 people compared to 2,000 in 2021. These are the results. I want UWP to come and show me their results. The difference between us and them, they came and they started breaking down the buildings at St. Jude. We have come in and we are rebuilding St. Jude to deliver to the people of the South and to the people of St. Lucia. That is the difference. The difference between this government and UWP, where healthcare is concerned, in Dennery North, the Larouchus Health Center was burnt many, many years ago by fire. Dr. Kenny Anthony left the money to rebuild the health center. UWP did not build it. The difference between Mary Isaac and this Minister for Health is that if you go to Larouchus today, the building is completed, and very soon we are going to reopen the Larouchus Health Center with brand new equipment. That is the difference. We have challenges with medication and pharmaceuticals, but when we have those challenges, we come to you and we say so. Supply chain, where we are purchasing the medication, of course we have issues. We have challenges with nurses continuing to go overseas. Of course we have those challenges. But do we have a plan? Yes, we have a plan. That is the difference between them and us. We have a clear path in our healthcare. Clear path. And while we have the challenges, we are not running away from them like when UWP was there and when Mary Isaac was there. Là où m'a des questions, c'est Guy Joseph qui est gavin weapon pour health. That is not what is happening today. So my sisters and brothers, I'm very proud of Honorable Philip J. Pierre, our Prime Minister, and very proud of Comrade Joachim Henry with the work he's doing in SSDF, the work he's doing with equity, and the work he's doing with our people. There is a lot we can talk about in healthcare, in tourism. Look at what Comrade Hiller is doing with investment. Look at the amount of investment we have in St. Lucia today. Even the business people are telling you they cannot find workers. Everybody, they're saying they cannot find workers. They can't find carpenters. They can't find tilers. It is because Honorable Philip J. Pierre and the cabinet and the government, our focus is making things better for you, putting you first. That's our focus. And so as I end, I want to say to you, we will have our challenges in the constituencies. All of us have our challenges. But we must ensure that the St. Lucia Labour Party returns to government pour continuer to availa qui nous commencer. To avail salani pour aller avec. So I urge you to give Brother Joachim all of your support. And on the 25th of August, we are going to CASTRIES in the thousands to show support for the programs of the St. Lucia Labour Party government. With our placards showing what we believe in. And it's going to be a glorious day. So I say to you, my brothers and sisters, congratulations on your conference. Congratulations to all of the soldiers who fought for labor. When a lot of people said, this guy can never be beaten, you demonstrated that if you have belief and if you have faith, you will do the impossible. Give yourselves a round of applause. And thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. If I disappear not too long from now, I'm going to try to join Comrade Gibo. Thank you very much.
With all the wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more.
I am a damn proud Laborette. Thank you, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, Minister for Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs. At this point, we want to continue our celebrations. Mamai Setlisi, Mamai Labour. It is not a time to be sad. It's a time to celebrate with your party. Coming to hit things up, let me welcome the Sparkle Legend Dancers.
Masquerade is a local tradition that stems from our African and European ancestors. In the 16th and 17th centuries, when slave owners celebrated Christmas and New Year's festivities, they would allow the slaves to have their own fun. Masquerade was formed encompassing African dance rituals, costumes imitating plantation life, drumming, and chanting. The participants would form a parade and make their way to other plantations, even sometimes performing in the plantation houses. Only men took part, so some of them had to wear dresses as women. A prominent element of the costume is that the face is always covered, be it with paint, cloth, or mask. After slavery was abolished in St. Lucia, masquerade moved from the plantations to the village and streets. It became one of the major traditions of the Christmas season. The horned, pitchfork-led character of the procession, Papa Jab, the devil, would direct the parade around the community. Other characters included Uncle Sam and Seraphina, Cheval Bois, and Mary Asset. The rest of the group comprised of Paibanan and T-Jabs, stilt walkers, and masqueraders. Spectators would throw money to the masqueraders. Masquerade is no longer a community-led and is seldom enacted in village streets. The dances and music are usually witnessed in stage performances and at organized events depicting St. Lucian culture, such as Creole Day festivities, Festival of Lights, which is Parade of Lanterns, National Day celebrations, and Independence.
J6 for. Don't mind them. Knock it, knock it, knock it.
What a wonderful performance. Give it up one more time for the Sparkle Legend Dancers. Which was your favorite character? All of them. Mine was Miria Set. At this time, I would like to call on our esteemed guest speaker for this afternoon, Honorable Ernest Hilaire, Deputy Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, to receive a small token on behalf of the CASTRIES Southeast Constituency. Round of applause. Again, we want to thank you, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, for gracing us with your presence today. Can anyone remember the night of July 26, 2021? About 3 years ago, Elections Day. Well, 3 years ago, from time I left my tikwa up at the Badini Chaussee Court, my hair in red, my clothes in red, my bride in red, everything had to be red, because I knew Joachim Henry was gonna be victorious. And so said, so done, Honorable Joachim Henry, Parliamentary Representative for CASTRIES Southeast. To welcome our Parliamentary Rep, 5 more years, I would like to call on to the stage to do the honors our top male District 4 CPEA performer, Mr. Cornel Gustave.
Honorable Joachim Andre Henry assumed office as the representative for CASTRIES Southeast 3 years ago, following a distinguished career in public service and leadership roles. Prior to his current position, he served as a senator and as leader of opposition business in the St. Lucia Senate from 2016 to 2020. In this capacity, he represented the Senate on regional matters and advocated for the interest of the St. Lucian Labour Party, SLP, relating to housing, planning, and social issues. Before his foray into politics, Honorable Joachim Henry held the position of Executive Director at the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, SSDF, from 2006 to 2015. In this pivotal role, he oversaw the implementation of essential projects using government funds and grants, presented proposals to the SSDF board, supervised staff and stakeholders, and liaised with donor agencies. During his tenure as a Chief Technical Officer of the SSDF from 2005 to 2006, Honorable Joachim Henry coordinated technical aspects and managed the execution of public sector projects benefiting marginalized communities. As a procurement officer at the SSDF from 2003 to 2004, he played a key role in project management, overseeing procurement processes and advising on the execution of the procurement plan. His extensive experience also includes a decade of service at the Ministry of Planning, where he worked as a quantity surveyor from 1991 to 2001. During this period, he specialized in preparing bills of quantities, payment certificates, and managing project claims. Additionally, Honorable Joachim Henry served as a surveying technician and demarcation officer from 1986 to 1987. cadastral surveys and resolving land boundary disputes. Conducting cadastral surveys and resolving land boundary disputes. Honorable Joachim Henry's academic credentials include a diploma in quantity surveying from the College of Arts and Science and Technology, CAST, a Bachelor of Science degree in Construction, Engineering and Management from the University of Technology, and a Master's of Science degree in Quantity Surveying from South Bank University of London. He is also a founding member of the Institute of Surveyors St. Lucia, Inc. Passionate about providing assistance to marginalized individuals and dedicated to public service as a whole, Honorable Joachim Andre Henry believes in empowering people and has committed his life to serving others. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the podium our parliamentary representative, the Honorable Joachim Andre Henry.
With a many winding tongue that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy.
Thank you very much. Bonsoir tout le monde. Good night, everyone. Wow. Castries Southeast always amazes me. How beautiful, how warm, how lovely it is always to serve Castries Southeast. I really want to thank you, every one of you for coming here tonight. There are some special persons I particularly invite here, and I'm happy that you are here. I will not call your name. But allow me to recognize the Deputy Prime Minister, the Parliamentary Representative for Castries South, the Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, of course, my distinguished General Secretary and my former teacher at Entry Post School that beat me a lot, Mr. Leo Clark. Yeah. Anybody that went to school together with me at Entry Post School and they ask you about who used to beat the troublesome ones, it was Mr. Leo Clark doing this. But he kept us straight. I'm always happy when the General Secretary is our midst. Also, let me acknowledge and recognize the Executive Director of the St. Lucia Social Development Fund. Of course, this is Mr. John Victorin, a former candidate for ancillary canneries, the Chairman of the Castries Office Council, Mr. Mario Boyce, Mr. Adolphe Ambrose, the Deputy Chair, all the members of executive of Castries Office, and the wonderful people. Good night again. I enjoy the dance. I enjoy the dance. Me le mwete piti ek mwete ale aso square ek yote vini pwe mwen ha preske tombe adan te son di fe paske mwete peyo. I used to be afraid of the toes when I was a child, and there were times I almost fell in somebody's thing of oil doing cricket because and my mother would hold me and say, Tiboy, last February is a call and try to hold me back. But I used to be afraid of them. But they are so beautiful in their presentation. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Tonight, I want to remind you of something that's very important for all of us. The theme, growing together and enhancing the quality of lives in CASTRIES Southeast. It is important that every one of us take that into our minds and understand what we're trying to do. In a world when everything is not what it's supposed to be for us as individuals, we sometimes believe that our situation is worse off. Sometimes we believe that we need to address our problems. And I understand that because Muna Kitchebela Cheshat Seli Kisav Si Show. But we live in a society where we are not alone. And we are not alone. You know, I've been around the constituency. I've been around. But on Wednesdays in the constituency office, I listen to the stories on an average of 40 to 50 persons every Wednesday that I'm seated there. Their stories, their lives. And I go and visit them when I can. You know, we have probably in CASTRIES office, maybe situation where a young mother is in prison and she has 6 children in the community where we need to attend to those children. We have that. We have some parents with 7 children. And do not blame them and believe they ought not to be served because they are the ones responsible for the problems. De le mweka di se moun mweka bay sipoa mweka di yo situation en lot moun ki pli mauvais passe yo considère yo pa vle tan sa. Ek yo ka di en parole considère se moun ki ache sa pou koyo. Growing together, enhancing the quality of lives in CASTRIES Southeast is something that we must understand. We must do that together. We have about 30 households without washrooms. And some of the people are senior people. Pièce pour vite, pièce côté pour bien. We have about 30 of them. Would you love to know that that doesn't exist in CASTRIES Southeast? Wouldn't you feel good to know that we have 0 of that? But if I have to address these problems, I cannot address all problems. So some things are more priority and more pressing. Lani do to a problem ki ka chen mwen passa don mille oswe. Le l'applicateur be kou sav gwan madame n'a pas ni pièce pour vite, pièce côté pour bien, est ou pas ça changer? You must remember, it's raining and you know somebody in the constituency are without washrooms. If you are a true representative, it's supposed to keep you up. It's supposed to keep you up. I could tell you that it's not easy doing the work, but I love the work that I do. I love representing you. I enjoy representing the people of CASTRIES Southeast. That is why I can sit on Wednesdays and listen to all the stories. All. But what is the situation with us today? I can tell you one thing. After 3 years, CASTRIES Southeast is stronger. We are stronger as a Labour Party. We have some challenges, but we are stronger. Some of you have referred problems to me, and nothing warms my heart when somebody takes time from their busy schedule, come to my office to tell me of a story of somebody else and not themselves. It's beautiful. And there are some persons who have received some form of support because somebody from the constituency came to me and made representation on their behalf. And I think Castries Southeast need to be applauded for that. You need to applaud yourself for that. That is beautiful. That is how we can grow together, enhancing the quality of lives in Castries Southeast. Back to school is coming up. And I ask persons, go to the constituency office and register for back to school support. Last year, we assisted over 500 children going to school. We also supported children going to Sir Arthur Lewis to the extent that today, Castries Office owes Sir Arthur Lewis approximately $70,000. And I'm paying it out of my CDP. And we have been able to give a little support to even some children who go into university that took a loan and they cannot pay for food overseas. We will give them a little support. So through the back to school support, we support a lot of our people in Castries Southeast because there's understanding. Now let me tell you. Let's remain quiet here and let's not distribute food. Let us have your undivided attention. If we're supposed to believe in ourselves, and if I'm supposed to believe in you, I'm supposed to trust you. Isn't that true? So when it comes for educational or back to school support, I have said to my colleagues in cabinet, I prefer giving the people the money than to say I buy in books to give people, because sometimes they change in the books. So I'm giving you a kudme, an ed. So if you have one child and I can afford to give you $175 because you have one child, or $200 because you have one child going to school. But the person with 3 kids or with 7, I cannot give them $175 multiplied by 7. At the most I'll be able to give them probably is $500 because they have more than 3 children going to school. Reason being, we're making a contribution to the house to help. But it is the responsibility of the parents to take care of their children to school, because the money cannot take care of the child all the children needs, and the government is not able to give you everything that you need to send the child to school. So therefore, when we are doing the back to school support, we indulge your understanding and not say, Puchi, Salani, Salakahansa, Madam Salasa, Safe Primaire, and then you start speaking because you do not trust what is happening. Castries Southeast, your neighbor might have a house better than yours, but you do not know if the neighbor is nursing a cancer. You do not know if the same neighbor is having other problems. So you have to trust, because we cannot always tell you what is happening in people's private lives, because some matters come before me. And as the minister responsible for human services, it's a legal matter sometime in the courts. This government have more than 17 homes being rented for parents through the court because of domestic violence, because of other issues. In Castries Southeast, I have to protect the business of individuals, and I cannot tell you everything about individuals. But when we serve individuals, it is because we want all of us to grow together. Sometimes the Prime Minister says to me, Joachim, you cannot do everything. I understand that. I cannot do everything. Nobody has come on this earth with the title to do everything. But what I know, every day since you voted for me, including this morning, I work for the welfare of the people in Castries Southeast. Every day. Every day. In fact, Mr. John Victorine is already aware that there's a meeting tomorrow morning, 8:30. You don't know why. Because I know of some families this morning that have something so difficult. I call everybody in the Ministry of Equity to come, let's discuss it so I can rescue a family. I did that this morning. Whether it is Saturday night, whether it is Sunday morning or Sunday night, every day since you voted for me, I work and I represent the welfare of the people of Castries Southeast. But this is not enough. And sometimes, like this afternoon, my colleague minister asked me the question, Joachim, can you continue? I said, yes, I can continue. And he said, what's about if you're sick? I said, oh, yes, I have my sick days. But what is service if you're not prepared to give your life for it? I do not know any leader who has come to this world and served without they make a sacrifice. Nelson Mandela had to sacrifice. Martin Luther King Jr., they had to kill him. Malcolm X came, they had to kill him. Anybody that worth their salt, if you put yourself to serve people, sometime it will take your entire life. But that's what service is about. So I did not come into politics to serve, to save my life. I came into politics to give my life for service. So yes, it's hard. Sometimes people come and I know they have a contract, they drag him up on a year. Ek mo wan moun la ki pate vote misi a han gas o ka fe betiz. Castries Southeast, they don't hold back, There was a day after, a few weeks after election, somebody felt that this man should not be working again because Labour is in power. Well, he was somewhere arguing with the boys, but he told the boys, he got vexed and he said, he's going to drag him home. Well, I live in Caroli, so I saw a vehicle going up and down the road, so I was wondering who that there. Then the person came out of the vehicle, drag him Betty Zukafe. So I said, what? Monsieur can still travail. And that politics is of the past. I understand how some of us feel. That's what used to happen. But the Prime Minister said that we are not like that. We're not like that. I will serve persons who are in need, even if they are UWPs. I have to. Because you asked for a change. You voted for a change. If I am the change, then we must experience the change. But change sometimes is not always easy. Sometimes you ask for change, but when you get it, you realize it's difficult. But change must be change. And if you vote for change, I will suffer if I have to, but I have to live with what we promised that we would be. I have to do what we agreed to do. I have to take care of everyone, including you. I have to take care of you. And I believe that we have enough to take care of everyone. But it takes time. Time. Can I provide housing assistance to everyone in CASTRIES office? Yes, but it must take time. I cannot do all at one time. It cannot be done in 1 year. The Prime Minister made available $10 million in our first year for social housing assistance program to help people. CASTRIES office alone, when I add up what I received, was 10 million. La vérité est forcée. $10 million to share for the whole country, but CASTRIES office total 10 million. Would a request? Good request? Yes. Every person who have come to the office and asked for housing assistance, it's needed. But I ask myself, for 16 years past, what was happening with housing assistance in the constituency? Because all of a sudden, for the first time in CASTRIES office, everyone can now come to the constituency office and put a request for housing assistance. And we assess and we provide without looking at who you are once the need is there. That's what we do. We do not take a phone and call someone and say, Ki munnaye. And I can tell you, all of the requests made by the people of CASTRIES office is not even enough what they need. Because CASTRIES office do not ask for a lot. They sheet plywood, common sheet galvanized, puampe sheet lower tray. They do not ask for a lot. CASTRIES office do not ask for a lot. But there isn't money to do everything at one time. But if you are patient with me, if you are patient with the Labour Party, I can guarantee you, within a couple of years, a lot of you who have plywood houses would have concrete houses because concrete houses are cheaper. It's cheaper. And the gentleman who read my introduction told you I'm a quantity surveyor. 4/8 of 32. So a sheet of plywood is less than 3 square yards. A sheet of plywood is about $120. 11 blocks is 1 square yard. So 43 blocks could give you the size of a plywood. So if you multiply 43 blocks by $3, how much is it? 99. So 99 blocks, $99 worth of blocks is 1 square is equal to 1 plywood, that's $120. And you cannot put the plywood to stand up just so you must get posts and nails and what have you. All you need is a bag of cement and some sand from Roseau, and you can put up a block wall cheaper than building a plywood house. The labor for masonry is cheaper than carpentry labor. The only thing I will tell you, if you build in your house, do not try to do everything one time. Plaster the inside and wait when you have money to plaster the outside. But once the inside is plastered, you can move in. You don't have to paint it. Point out. So if in the first term I give you blocks and you put up blocks, next year I give you some windows. The next time I give you a roof, you're still at your mother home. You can get yourself a proper structure and you will be better off under labor. Everyone that has come to me in the constituency office, I share that with them, encouraging them, stop the plywood because in 3 years, you're coming back again because plywood like I got it. Brothers and sisters, I do this because the St. Lucia Labour Party believe in the creation of wealth, growing together. How do we create wealth? How can a poor family create wealth? The Labour Party is doing a couple of things. Pay attention. And that is why the philosophy of the Labour Party and the philosophy of your life, if you apply the same philosophy to your life, you will start seeing growth in your family. We are making a contribution to development. Sir George Charles was there. Sir John Compton. Look at how the country is moving. See what the current Prime Minister is doing. He's building on, but he's transforming the society. Pension increase. Laptop. He wants every child in every household to go to university. Contract $10,000 unless you pay no taxes on it. When there was a fire, somebody's house got burnt, they had to pay $200 to the fire service to get a report so that they can go to Red Cross and or to get back their passport. We took it out and we make it $25. We change it. It is now $25. For God knows how long it was $200. I say to PM, Siamun Kylie Bwile tout bay li ped. Ou ka di inipuni $200 pou ay bay fireman na pou bay a report pou yay asher bay. Satela, we change it. Why? Because this government is thinking of you all the time. The people of St. Lucia are forever first in everything we do in this cabinet room. Everything. So yes, you ask me what all of that amounts to. One thing. We are stronger together. That's what it means. We have differences. We disagree on certain things, but we are stronger together. If we remain together, we will transform Castries Southeast. I can tell you that every time I have to speak, sometimes I'm tempted to answer things I've heard. But even when I'm supposed to speak and I'm tempted to respond to something somebody say about me, I ask myself whether that is putting you first. So I rather leave that behind and represent the welfare of the people every time I get the time to speak. Because there's always some situation that has not been addressed. And in St. Lucia, when you are coming from where I'm coming from, and we all know where we are coming from, we have to push a little harder. You need some representation. You need somebody who would fight for you. Not just to say, look a contract and you make $10,000, and because you take care of something today, what will happen tomorrow? So we will pursue this, the problems of Castries Southeast. We will pursue the difficulties and the challenges we have in Castries Southeast with this understanding that we are stronger together. You agree with me? Let me hear you say it. We are stronger together. We are stronger together. Say it. That's it. So we are not going to separate ourselves. And because we have disagreement, we will come together and will continue to fight for the welfare of everybody in Castries Southeast. It means if we are stronger together, one of the principles that will drive us as we relate to each other, as we relate to persons outside of the constituency, is one of goodness. Goodness. You see, these days, sometimes to do something good, it's unpopular. Adamun kwe se kuyon mwe kuyon. Pas kuyon. Pas kuyon. Fak moi de moun tête moi trop gros pour moi kuyon. It is too big to be stupid. But I believe in goodness. I believe in goodness. When you see all the shooting that taking place around the place there, goodness would make that disappear, not police. Goodness. So what is good is what we will do. So your business is my business. A lot of you, I have visited your homes. You have spoken to me. Some of you, I have your requests with me. Some of persons who are not there, I have their request. But you must always remind me. Pas jamais dit ou pas vle embêter moi. When you remind me, you're not troubling me. Sou kouye moi ebe ou ale office like ou di Joachim, do not forget the retaining wall in the Odsa River. That will not be troubling me. So you must remind me. Every Wednesday, put it down, remind me. Let us speak face to face. Let us have the eyeball to eyeball conversation. Remind me, because that's why I'm there. I am the servant. You are really the bosses, because you put me there to serve you. Quand fait considérer hôtel malé ba moi pas ka embêter moun ka embêter Joachim trop. So qui mane moi ka fait travail moi pour pas venir parler ba moi. Help me do my work by coming to see me and remind me. But what I want you to have is understanding that I cannot do it now. Because there may be some situation that I cannot tell you that must be addressed as a matter of priority. And because you believe in goodness, you will trust me. Because only what we're doing is good things. Si un moun dou en flabo hanabay, pa fè sa kwaze tche ou. Sou me fè pou evite bay un moun bokayou, si pote yi paske sa ou ka vini sou bouze yon. If you are aware that I do anything for anyone, praise it, because yours next. Do not talk bad about it. Let's work together, because I would want to see a society where we are more equal. You see, sometimes I say to my colleagues, when we speak of course, and I applaud the Prime Minister as an economist for growing the wealth of this country so well. So the country is better today than before. But there's something that troubles me every now and then, is how for us to rearrange the sharing of the cake that poor people can climb a little higher. But for us to do that, you have to play your part. So when we give the laptops, encourage the children to use it for its intended purpose. If we say that we are not paying school fees again, it is to allow you to have more money in your pocket so you can attend to the child's other needs. It is not for you to say that gouvernement sa la ka paye sa, ka ban laptop, ou ka y servi la han fe bagay ki pa nécessaire. Invest li en mamay la toujours. Invest it in the child. You know what will happen? And as I prepare to close, this is what I want you to do, and this is what will happen in your family. And your situation will change. Your children or your child very soon will be in a better position than you were in. So even some of the things that you may have wanted me to do now, the child will come and do more. Because we invested in the child, we invested in your family, we invested in creating wealth for a generation. This is how we must live as people in Castries Southeast. Not for us to consume everything and get fat because we have it and we can lime and have time buy it. No. No. All of the investment made now will go to waste if you live like that. And I always remind myself of that story. It's a real story, but it says everything that I've said there. It was my wife at Lucilec who went for a walk. And Lucilec walk was a competition. So my son, who was at that time very athletic, he came first. And he got a medal for first place. But my wife, who was nursing her broken leg, I walked with her. She came last because we were not racing. We just took our time. We went all through Cudlisa, go through Millennium Highway and go back to Lucilec. So when we got there, the person on the podium announced, Mrs. Henry, we are happy that you came last because we have a medal for last place. She said, oh yes. So she went on the stage and she received the medal for last place. And she said to them, I am so dignified to receive the medal for last place because I created the first place. When you and the government invest in your children, you can afford to stay behind because you are creating the first place. That is how wealth and generational wealth is created. Not to consume the moment, but to give towards a better tomorrow. The Labour Party is investing everything so that the children of tomorrow can have it better. We can come last, but we make sure that we will create the first places. So when Julian Alfred ran, oh yes, and the national anthem is sung to the world, Twatine can boast of saying, I created the first place. Sean Edward can beat his chest and say, I created the first place. The little $100 to her in Jamaica while she was there, that the UWP's fine, that was breaking the rules and they stopped it. That little investment created the first place. My brothers and sisters, another election is approaching. The work we have started, it is clean, it is honorable, it's all for you. There's a lot to do in all of our lives, including mine. The journey is a lifelong journey. Like Moses, he did not get to the promised land. He died on Mondibo. But he contributed to the journey to the promised land. George Charles contributed to the journey. Sir John contributed to the journey. Dr. Anthony came and he continued the journey. We regressed some time back, but Honorable Philip J. Pierre catapulted us and move ahead in the journey. The work will always continue. The promised land is always ahead. Your children have to go and contribute to this journey, this very important journey of the development of the people of St. Lucia. Do not let your heart fail you. Do not let the things that you need today discourage you or lead you astray from something so important. Mobilize yourselves for the 25th of August. Join the Labour Party, every one of you, on the 25th of August. Show your placard, show that you are proud and happy because we are moving forward and our contribution to the development of St. Lucia is clean, honorable, and sincere. May God bless each one of you as you celebrate, as we move forward.
The road is long with a many winding turn that leads us to who knows where.
Somebody say 5 more years. And that was our parliamentary representative, Honorable Joachim Henry. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the St. Lucia Labour Party General Secretary, Mr. Leo Clark. And now I would like to I'd like to introduce the Castries Southeast new executive. All right. Apologies, this would be delayed. All right.
Thank you. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Ipamem afternoon, of course. My brothers and sisters, I'm going to be very brief. I was in Miku South earlier because we had 2 AGMs today. We had one in Miku South, in Deriso, and the one here. So I decided I would take the one that is furthest away from my home, and on my way home, I would stop at this one. I want to congratulate you. Well, let me first recognize our first deputy political leader, the Honorable Ernest Hilaire, the parliamentary representative for Castries Southeast, the Honorable Joachim Henry. Ek pa mind monsieur, ma bat monsieur osaf. Ma changer, ma bat monsieur pièce. Monsieur ka just decide go di pour di. But Joachim had always been a very forward-looking, bright student in school, so I'm not surprised of his achievements and that he has become the parliamentary rep for Castries Southeast, among many other things that he has done on his journey. My brothers and sisters, I know there has been some discussion about the walk of progress, but I want to ask you first of all, do you believe that you have things to celebrate from the work that the Labour Party has done? Do you believe you have things you want to tell the world about what your government has done? Well, the project, the August 25th project, is all about that. It is a walk that we are going to take, starting at the VG playing field, going into Castries, making the circle around Castries, and coming back to the market steps with a closing meeting. We want to start by having people assemble from 2:30 in the afternoon, 2:30. And then we move from VG at 3:30 and we do the walk. But it is not just going to happen spontaneously. It requires work. Are you prepared to do the work to get ready for the match? Are you prepared to bring more people than you have here today to the match on the 25th? If each of you invite 5 other supporters, you will have more than enough representation from CASTRIES Southeast. We do not want less than 300 people from a constituency. So you have your work cut out for you. Get the ball rolling. Get a team of people to lead the preparations, that they will get involved in making sure you have cardboard, and that individual people can also collect cardboard. Find a place where you're going to make your placards. So you need sticks. We are coming towards the end of July. So come Thursday, it's going to be the 1st of August. And from there, we have 24 days to get ready. We have enough to celebrate. We have enough to tell the world about the work that has been done by that party. I am sure between the first deputy and your parliamentary rep, you have enough information. But we will also be sending the achievements of the Labour Party to all the constituencies, and you can frame your placards from that. But by the 1st of August, before next weekend, get together and bring your team together. Get a team that is going to coordinate. And the people who are going to attend, you should know how to get in touch with them. So actually make a list of the people. Make a list of the people who are coming. So you know how to get in touch with them. You know where to guide them to get on their transport, what time the transport will be, where it has to be. And let us flood CASTRIES with Labour Party supporters and well-wishers and all the people who have benefited from the work of this government. And we are just 3 years, just 3 years, just past. Friday was 3 years. Now we are on the home run. The group that was elected as your new executive, you are coming in at a very critical time. You are coming at the beginning of the next campaign. You have your work cut out for you. You need to have your branches in place so that you can mobilize all the communities in CASTRIES Southeast to come out and support the Labour Party in the next elections. So, whoever the chair is, I don't know if it's Roger. Is it Roger? Roger, you and your team must get into election mode immediately. There is no a few months down after Christmas. We are getting ready for an election now. And on the August 25th, this is going to be like the big kickoff for the campaign. From the 25th of August, there's no stopping us, no slowing down. We have to tell the UWP what time it is. We have to tell them what time it is. So be in CASTRIES on August 25th and tell them that Labour is on its way to the next victory. I do not want to take any more of your time.
Thank you, Brother Clark. As he said, Labour is on its way to the next victory. Get yourself prepared, August 25th. As we are at the end of our third annual general meeting, under the theme, Enhancing Quality of Lives in Castries Southeast, I would like to express gratitude to the members of Parliament, members of the National Council, all the talented persons who graced the stage today, our esteemed guest, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, our very own parliamentary rep, Honorable Joachim Henry, and you, the people of Castries Southeast. Thank you for your continued support in the mission of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Let's continue to celebrate and secure our victory. 5 more years again. Refreshments will now be served. We have ginger ale and we have shandy. In the meanwhile, we have Hill Black, who's going to keep us entertained. Thank you.
Yeah. You dum-dum, referendum. You heard this referendum. St. Lucia Labour Party people. It's time to join the CCJ. Get Privy Council out today. Too much money to pay to take a case up there. Exactly what the PM say. The leader of opposition plan a big demonstration. He say he disagree with such a policy and started a protest action. If you heard them, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hearing referendum and SUSUs, yeah. If you heard them, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum. Somebody scream! Referendum, you dum-dum. The word is referendum. Just after Independence Day, happened to be in town that day. I still cannot believe people are being deceived to march against the CCJ. Right there in Constitution Park, they chanting and waving their plaque. I freaked out when I heard how they pronounce the word. Me laugh, me jawbone almost crack. If you heard them, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hear referendum and SUSUs, yeah. Everybody know referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum. Somebody make some noise. Referendum, you dum-dum. The word is referendum. A leader should be accurate with all what they communicate. Feeding the people lies cannot open their eyes. It's better if you tell them straight. I felt sorry for Miss Andrew. The poor lady was in that too.
From what she understood, referendum no good. She joined the no referendum crew. If you heard them, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hear referendum and CCJ. If you heard them, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum, no CCA, no referendum. Referendum, you dum-dum. The word is referendum.
Pros and cons.
Yes, I.
Best option.
Next track, please. Give me the next track. Now this one. This one is the one that did that Calypso Finals this year. It's called Get Up and Walk. La de da da de da de. Some people so political. It's true, it's true. We find them so philosophical. It's true, it's true. They always getting emotional. Speaking words so illogical. It's true, it's true. Boy, listen, the opposition, you are left with the impression that they never sat in the seat. The questions them are asking, man, the things them are demanding every time they stand up to speak. Maybe they have amnesia, man, them don't seem to remember that their policies didn't work. Every sitting of Parliament, they make it look like a joke. Sing with me now, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Let me hear you, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Pot up, pot up, pot up. Why? St. Lucia Labour Party people, are you feeling? Yeah, man, we're getting ready for 5 more years. La de da da de, la de. Now listen this. It is so unbelievable. It's true, it's true. They are always predictable. It's true, it's true. When them sit around the table, their motive is to create trouble. It's true, it's true. Boy, tell me if you please, because I don't know what it is that make politicians so. Are they power hungry? Do they really love the country? Someone tell me. I'd like to know. I am still confused, man. How could anyone refuse to debate and to represent? But at each given opportunity, they walk out in resentment. Sing with me now, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. I can hear you, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Pot up, pot up, pot up. Boy! Let me hear somebody make some noise inside here tonight. Whoa, yo, yo. La de da da de, la de.
Some people are so disruptive. It's true, it's true. Their actions are so provocative. It's true, it's true. Thinking things that are negative. The only time they are creative. It's true, it's true. Boy, every day they stand up and they're spreading propaganda with misleading information. Waiting for a mishap to post on Facebook and TikTok is the greatest contribution. What's even more shocking is the way they keep on talking about the problems we have with crime. You'll swear they have a magic wand to stop the killing one time. Sing with me now. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Let me hear you pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Pot up, pot up, pot up. Boy! La da day, la da 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 da. Oy, oy, oy. La de da da de, la de. Everything is politicized. It's true, it's true. The atmosphere is so polarized. It's true, it's true. So the people now realize it's true, it's true. The country's future could be jeopardized. It's true, it's true. Boy, we caught up in the mix of the tea, got up politics. Each side up a shining blame. Son against the father, mother vexing daughter, cause the parties are not the same. We have been neglected by the ones we have elected. They're looking for glory and fame. Let's put them where they really belong, inside the hall of shame. Sing with me now. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Let me hear you pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Pot up, pot up, pot up.
Yeah. Thank you so very much for being here tonight.
Run the next track right now. Now, we're coming to the end of this AGM. And I want everybody to enjoy themselves here tonight. This is the one that won me the crown in 2008. It's called Suzette. Early Juve morning, me bounce a little thing. She come out to play. She say that she Pamela the day just dawning. She already sweating, so hot man, so full of it. This girl taking she fit down by the gap at 4:30 sharp. Somebody in the crowd say her name loud. Mommy said don't join the fight. Girl, you go tell your mother that Suzette. Daddy said don't break a sweat. Girl, you go tell your daddy that. But she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine. She say play them no mind. She look up on the eye, in the middle of the eye, and she shake, yeah she shake. Like it's me, she want break, and she hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. Suzette, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she. Somebody scream! Boy, you see this girl Suzette? She really could wine, you know. But remember, this is an AGM, and we want no violence. Soca coming down in the rising of the sun, keeping behind the track, the crowd kept on building up. Some waving rag, me say some waving flag. All of them want to know how Suzette whining. So then out of the blue, a fella named Andrew say, I'm watching you all the while. There go that child Suzette. Mommy said, don't join the fete. Girl, you go tell your mother that Suzette. So your daddy said, don't break a sweat. Girl, you go tell your daddy that. Where is she? She say play them no mind. She look up on the eye, in the middle of the eye, and she shake, yeah she shake, like it's me she what she do? Hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. Suzette, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper high. Labour Party people, are you feeling irate? Yeah, man. I want to thank all of those who came out here tonight to make it happen. The way the girl danced like it had me in a trance. I looked with wide open eyes, so I was hypnotized. I must admit, Papa, I had to retreat. Me waistline too stiff to stay like just from Calypso jail. She grabbed, hold me hand, say let we jam it, man. Just then me heard again the young girl say, Mommy said I'll join the fete. Girl, you go tell your mother that Suzette told her daddy said don't break a sweat. Girl, you go tell her daddy that. Where is she? She say play them no mind. She look up on the eye, in the middle of the eye, and she like it's me she want. Check the ride. Hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. Suzette, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper high. Now, all Labour Party supporters, are you feeling good tonight? This is the time. You have to do the dance with me. Are you ready? She whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine. She say play them no mind. She look up on the eye, in the middle of the eye, and she like it's me she walk. Check the ride. Hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. Suzette, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper high. Yeah, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine, she whine. She say play them no mind. She look up on the eye, in the middle of the eye, and she like it's me she what she do? Hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. Suzette, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper, hanging she bumper. I want to thank each and every one of you for having me here tonight. I want to wish Mr. Joachim Henry all the best. Yeah, man. Thank you so very much, people.
Okay. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors feel the love. I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic people standing tall, they're guiding me back home. Raise your flags, the skies above. I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. So I could go up forever, then Feel all the vibes and break away.